Okay, hello everyone, and welcome, and thanks for listening and watching. Y'all, we're looking at conditional probability here this week. All right, guys, today's objective, we're going to use a formula and we're going to use tables to find conditional probability. And then tomorrow we'll look at tree diagrams. All right, today's essential question, and you're going to need this for the homework check. How can we find the probability of one event given that another event has already occurred? Again, y'all, these are dependent events where one event affects the other. So the probability of the second event happening is going to be affected by what happens in the first event. All right, that's conditional probability. The probability of some event occurring based on the fact that some previous event has already taken place. All right, and think about these numbers up here, 1 through 10. If I'm going to select two numbers from that set, what's the probability that the second number selected is less than 6 if the first number selected was odd? Well, look, it depends. If the first number I selected was 9, then there's still more numbers less than 6 left. But if I selected the number 3, then there are less numbers less than 6 left. The first selection will affect the second. All right, and this is the formula right here. And this is how we write it. The probability that event B happens, given, that's what this line is, given that event A has already happened. The top number is the probability that they both happen, divided by the probability that the first event happens. Okay? Y'all, we can use tree diagrams and contingency tables to find conditional probabilities, along with the formula. We can use the formula too. And tree diagrams, we'll look at them tomorrow. All right, just so you kind of understand what they are. They represent a series of events with the probabilities of each event shown. Okay? They're a good way to look at dependent events. Today we're going to look at contingency tables. It displays data frequencies. All right, the relative frequency of something happening, it's like a probability. It's the frequency of the event divided by all the possible outcomes. As an example here, what's the probability of all these students? If we select one at random, we get a freshman. Well, look at the totals. There's 25 freshmen and 50 total students. So that's 25 over 50. The same if what's the probability we select a student and they happen to own a cat? Well, just look at the totals. 22 students own a cat divided by 50 total students. All right, but these bottom two are different. Here the first one here we're saying, what's the probability that a student we select owns a cat if we're only selecting from the freshmen, given that the student is a freshman? What's the chance that they own a cat? All right, so the bottom number, you just look at the freshmen. Look across here. There's a total of 25 freshmen. We have limited the sample space. The bottom number is limited. We're not talking about all 50 people here, all 50 students. We're only talking about the freshmen. And of those freshmen, how many own cats? 13 out of 25. All right, it's a little different if we say, of the students who own cats, how many are freshmen? It's a different probability. Guys, the top number stays the same, 13. But the bottom number now becomes 22. Because what we're saying here is of the students who own cats, look at this column right here. Of the 22 students that own cats, how many are freshmen? All right. Let's look at some examples. I understand you might not get that right away. It's okay. All right. Here's some students, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And they have drama, science, or art. All right, what's the probability if we select randomly a student that we pick a junior? All right, that's not conditional. We're looking at the total totals there, okay? So the bottom number is going to be the total, 115. And of them, the juniors, come across here, there's 40 juniors. Okay, so we have 40 over 115, the probability that we select a junior, 35%. All right, in the same vein, what's the probability that a member of the art club is selected? At random is a junior. All right, this is conditional. A member of the art club selected has to be a junior. All right, so we can look at the total in the art club. That's the 58. And of the 58, 16 of them are juniors. All right, 58 is on the bottom, 16 is on the top. And guys, this might help you. The probability of selecting a junior given that they're in the art class. Think of this line right here, this given, as the fraction bar. And just turn it up like this. The art goes on the bottom, and of those 58, how many of those are juniors? The junior goes on top. All right, another example. What's the probability that a member of the drama club is selected? Just a member of the drama club. And that's not conditional. We just want to know we're going to pick from all the students. All right, so the bottom again is 115, but this time we look at the drama column. The total here is 17. So we end up with 17 over 115. That's about 15%. Again, that's just a probability that a student selected is in the drama club. All right, another example. What's the probability that a member of the drama club is a sophomore? All right, that's conditional. We are limiting the original sample size to only members of the drama club. So the drama club is here, that's 17 on the bottom. All right, of those 17, how many are sophomores? 3 of them. So we end up with 3 over 17, okay? And I want to show you that is different than saying, what is the probability that a sophomore is a member of the drama club? The probability is different. All right? The sophomores, we're picking from the sophomores now. All right, so the bottom number is now 36. Of the sophomores, how many are in the drama club? 3. Again, this is where the top number stays the same, but the bottom number changes. Up here, we're picking from the drama club. Down here, we're picking from all the sophomores. So the probability is much less. All right, y'all, this is a good summary of what we've talked about and what will be on the test this Friday. All right, you guys can use that. It'll help you. All right, please complete the homework assessment in the purple folder. These are the 3 vocabulary words for our warm-up, and we're going to be using Flipgrid again for those vocabulary words here today. All right, thanks a bunch. See you in class.